So hi everyone, I'm just basically doing this wee video to kind of explain to people that can't get to events basically what it is that we do at the wee events or in homes or that. So it's just basically to share the product and let people know what Juice Plus is actually all about. Obviously there's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of people don't actually know what the product is. So basically this is just to give everybody the information on it, and of course it's up to everybody if they'd like to try it or not. So it's just so much more so that people actually know what it actually is. So if we look actually here in the front here, I have actually the capsules. So essentially this is what Juice Plus is, these capsules that are sitting here in front of us. So I have 2 berries, 2 vegetable and 2 fruit capsules. So that is essentially what Juice Plus actually is. So a lot of people think it's a diet drink and everything to do with it is drinks, when actually it's not. It's actually capsulated powder form of 26 raw fruit, veg and berries that you take into your system every single day, just to boost all of your kind of skin and hair and energy levels and any different ailments that people are kind of tend to struggle with throughout their life. So it has really helped a lot of people, and I myself have been on the product almost a year now, and I've had great benefit from it, and quite frankly will never be off it. So it's just really to share the information on it, and so people know actually what it is. So it comes in these 3 pots here. So fruit and veg comes together, or the premium, which is what I take, is fruit, veg and berries, which obviously we would recommend more so because the berries are a lot more antioxidant and things like that. And then you have the gummies just sitting down here, which are the children's supply essentially, but also they're for people that just find it easier to swallow the kind of gummy versions more so than capsules. My own mother actually takes these gummy form because she just finds it easier to swallow than the capsules. So that is essentially what Juice Plus literally is, sitting kind of right in front of you. So I'm just going to go through this here product slide here and give you the information. So it's maybe not that clear on the screen, but you'll get the idea of it anyway. So basically live life to the plus. So I have to say I definitely have been since going on the product, but our health is our wealth, we know that anyway, and it is our responsibility, and even more so now it's become our responsibility with the way there's been so many cutbacks obviously with the healthcare system, and people are a lot more health conscious now, and a lot of people exercise and different things like that. So this product is perfect for everyone that really wants to put good nutrition into their body. So we can make a difference, and I suppose formerly the product was set up with people who were eating a lot of junk food and fast food and quick kind of food and things like that, to try and get them transferred on to more fresh fruit, veg and berries. And really it's like a weaning process. Once this goes into your system, you start to crave these kind of cleaner foods. So, but I do always say that I don't believe that everybody sits in this kind of area much in today's world. I do feel that everybody makes a really good attempt at almost a quarter of that basket anyway. So it's not just for people who eat this, it's for people who eat a lot of fruit and veg, like I actually do myself, but you're getting the range of 26 and you're getting it into every single day, even on those days that maybe you know, we don't get time to prepare the kind of fresh meals. I know this is a wee bit difficult to see on the screen, but this is the statistics, and this is basically what Juice Plus is all about, and the reason that it kind of exists in today's world. So 1 in 3 people will live with some form of cardiovascular disease, so it's a really good product for anybody that's suffering with blood pressure or heart diseases, and prevention of it as well. 1 in 3 women have cancer, and 1 in 2 men have cancer. 1 in 3 will have diabetes by 2050, and this of course is a disease that's actually controllable by our diet. And again, the likes of taking something like this, it's all prevention really rather than cure. 1 in 4 people are obese, and of course it's a brilliant product for people that are trying to clean or crave cleaner foods, and you know, get more natural kind of food into their system really, and so to try and reduce their weight. But obviously a lot of us want to be slimmer anyway, so it's not just about the obese. A lot of people who are moderately thin want to actually be thinner, but it's just all about just good nutrition. So 116 million people live with chronic pain, and this seems to be a really big area of where the product has had a huge success. For those people who have had unexplainable kind of different conditions and things like that, and maybe medical treatment didn't work, and they find that they've got a response from the more natural product. And in Ireland then, there was like 13.6 billion in 2012 spent on healthcare expenditures. And basically what we're saying is that 75% of all chronic disease is actually preventable, and that's really what it's all about. So how is it preventable? That's kind of the question. Well, the way you prevent it is by a source of antioxidants. And where do we get these? The best source is raw fruit, veg and berries. And I suppose the word raw is quite important here, because a lot of us would eat a lot of fruit and veg anyway, but it's not necessarily raw, and it maybe has all the natural sugar and things in it. So ideally it should be ripened naturally on the vine. It should be organic. It should be eaten fresh and raw, and it's the wide range of the most densely nutritious fruit, veg and berries every day. So cooking sometimes destroys the nutrition of the life force. A lot of people say to me, but I eat a lot of veg. Well, depending on how it's cooked and prepared, you know, if it's boiled or anything like that, the nutrition can actually be poured down the sink. So it's just being aware of things like that. And nature's food is nature's pharmacy. So really, if we're eating it ripe and organic and raw and fresh and a wide range, then that is the best thing that we can do to kind of increase all the antioxidants in our body. So this slide's actually quite interesting to kind of explain that everything that's in the 26 fruit, veg and berries is actually raw. So the broccoli, obviously the best way to take it is raw, and even when you steam it, it's not too bad. But you can see as it goes along here, as it microwaved and boiled and things like that, that it really is losing its nutritious value. So what we're saying is that all of the 26 in the fruit, veg and berry capsules have got their raw, and their nutrition is in perfect condition really. So we don't eat enough raw fruit and veg, and that's basically down to convenience, time, seasonality, taste, cost and quality. Like, a lot of us don't have time to run and, you know, do the shopping consistently every day or every week. Maybe don't have time to cut it up and prepare it and things like that, or we buy something just quick and handy. And seasonality, not all fruit is available all year round, so you know, different kind of seasons and things like that. And the cost, if we were actually to buy the 26 that is contained in these capsules, you'd be up on like £40 a day as opposed to £40 a month, you know. And they kind of compare it really to the cost of a cup of coffee, which I think most of us do tend to kind of buy nowadays. It's almost fashionable. And again, the quality of the fruit and veg, depending on what shop you go to or where you buy, might not always be the same throughout. And juicing is another option, of course. We've all had different fits of that, but it is messy, and it's maybe not something we do consistently. We take kind of fits at it. So this is basically an upgrade of juicing. It's just a new concept in nutrition, basically. So it saves you having to do anything like that. Again, it's not to unrecommend that people don't really do juicing. Of course, you can juice away, and I would do that in my shakes, which is the other kind of juice plus system that we have as well. I would blend some fruit into that just to flavour them differently. So, but I suppose really the salt, sugar and water is taken out of the fruit, which is the best way obviously for us to have it. So whenever it was recommended to me by a friend for actually more than a year before I actually started on it, and I'm very glad that I did. I wish I had have listened to her maybe a wee bit sooner. This is really all that I wanted to know, what was in Juice Plus for me. This is why I take it, and it's very much for the range. Like, I would eat maybe 5 or 7 pieces of fruit in the day, but the same kinds maybe all of the time. And again, I only would have had maybe 2 kind of veg, and not even every day, just depending on how things went. So for me, it's about getting that range, and that it's getting into my system every single day. And if I eat more, then all the better, and that's great. So what we have here is 9 fruits: apples, oranges, pineapple, cranberries, peaches, papayas, prune, dates and cerola and cherries. We have 8 vegetables: carrots, parsley, beetroot, broccoli, cabbage, kale, spinach and tomatoes. And this would have been something that I would not have ate very much of. But now I'm eating a lot more broccoli and beetroot because it's kind of in my system. I'm starting to crave that now, so I've almost weaned onto it. So ironically, I'm eating more fruit and veg, which is brilliant. This is what this product is about, is getting people to kind of, you know, crave those foods really. 9 berries and grapes. So you have blueberries, cranberries, blackberries, bilberries, raspberries, Concord grapes, red currants, black currants and elderberries. And personally for me, I wouldn't have ever really touched berries except for blueberries, maybe whenever I was eating porridge, which I don't eat anymore because, as I say, I kind of take the complete vanilla shake in the morning now. So that's basically the range of what's actually in it, and that's all raw, and I think it's quite important to remember that it is raw and in its best condition. They also have extra additives in it now, and that's garlic, digestive enzyme, oats, rice, green tea, ginger root and artichoke, and there's also folic acid in it, so it's brilliant for expectant mothers or anybody that's trying to conceive and things like that. So they do actually add other little additives to the product, which is great. Juice Plus and Prevention, it's clinically proven to put the pus back in your life. And a lot of people are really interested in the medical aspect of it, and if that's your thing, you can go and kind of Google it and research it within an inch of its life. But there are lots of studies and lots of really good universities. It's accredited by Swissmedic and lots of really reputable companies. It is kind of tested and cross-examined within an inch of its life as such. And there's like 33 gold standard independent studies with a further 20 studies underway. One of those is a child supply study, meaning that if you order your fruit, veg and berries, that they'll get their fruit and veg capsules free, or they can get these gummies free. So it's a really good way of them doing research and getting more children to eat better foods really. So it's absorbed by the body, which is really important to know because it actually goes into your organs and cleanses everything out. It doesn't just kind of run through your system, and that has been clinically proven. It reduces oxidative stress and reduces inflammation. I have seen both of these things within my own body. Increases antioxidants, support a healthy immune system, and helps protect DNA. I personally haven't been sick since getting on the product, though I do feel I have been fighting things, but it's good that I have that in there backing me up kind of every single day, and my teenagers as well. I suppose it'd be fair to say that my son would have been very troubled with colds and just different wee things all of the time ongoing, and my own mother, and thankfully now since being on the product they haven't been bothered with that at all. So it helps support your DNA, it supports cardiovascular wellness, really, really big for anybody that's suffering with any sort of heart conditions, and prevention is key with this product. And it supports healthy skin and gums and everything. So Juice Plus is one of the most kind of researched nutritional product in the world. So again, that's something that you're welcome to go and research further really yourself if that's your thing. I personally took it on recommendation from a friend, which is why I, really genuinely did go onto the product, loved it straight away, and have been recommending it to a lot of my own kind of family and friends and clients, which is why I essentially ended up coming into the business side of things, which I never really intended to do. So within 28 days on Juice Plus, there was a study carried out by the King's College in London, and what they were testing for was to find the antioxidants within 28 days that were found. So this is the list of the 5 major antioxidants that were found, and the percentages on all the different kind of improvement that there was on the heart and eyes and immune system, and vitamin E and things like that. And so free radicals were reduced by 70%. So even after 28 days there was an increase in antioxidants, though essentially the company will say that it takes 12 weeks for it fully to be in your system, which is why they ship it out in a box like this. You get your 4-month supply of this up front, and then they charge you monthly for it. And the reason they do that is because there's no point really in taking it for a month. You need to take it for the 4 months faithfully every day for it to get into your system, and for it actually to work, and for you to get a response from the product. So that's really what that's all about. So the vasoconstriction study is then by the University of Maryland, and what they were testing for was the constriction of blood vessels that occurs following a high fat meal. And the conclusion was that taking Juice Plus helps reduce vascular constriction and tends to protect against the detrimental effects of a high fat meal. And you can see here with the percentages that obviously the fruit and veg makes a great effect, but the fruit, veg and berries, which is always more so recommended, really does assist with that further. The preeclampsia study carried out by the University of Mississippi, really, really big. This product is really, really big for expectant mothers. Very, very highly recommended. Of course, if there's another child feeding off you, like the more nutrition you can put into your body, then you're not being drained from you, and the child's getting plenty as well. So it prevents preterm babies before 32 weeks and before 37 weeks. And it's just testing against other products or without Juice Plus, and you can see the statistics here. It greatly reduces the risks and chances of preeclampsia, and birth rates below £6, or like extra visits to kind of antenatal, are greatly reduced. So very, very highly recommended for expectant mothers. So Juice Plus in kids then, so like I was saying, if you order yours you get your kids supply free, and they like you to take that for a year obviously because it is an ongoing research. And so what happens then, the kids eat free, they eat more fruit and veg, they drink more water, they have fewer doctor visits, less prescriptions over the counter, and 92% notice a positive benefit of some kind. And this was a health study that was carried out with over 750,000 participants. And you can see here after 48 months, after a year, and after 3 years of the children being on the products, the percentages have obviously increased, and they are eating more fruit and veg, less fast food and fizzy drinks, less prescriptions, fewer doctors visit, increased awareness of health. And I can see all of this in my own house, but my kids are quite aware now of what it is that they're taking into their system, and we are making a conscious effort of trying to actually eat more of it in the household. So which is always good for them to know. I wish I had it whenever I was a teenager. Less school or work is missed, and a positive benefit of some kind. And it says down here about athletic participation is increased, dramatically improved, and academic achievement. And I can see that within my own son, who is a teenager. And nearly 1 1/3 reported an improvement in image and self-esteem, and I would see that more so in my daughter who's 15 with her skin and things like that. So basically, just in summary, Juice Plus is the essential nutritional elements of 26 of the most nutritious raw fruit, veg and berries. It's convenient and effective. I literally take these 6 capsules every morning, a big glass of water, to flush it into my system, because it's dehydrated powder, so you need to obviously flush it all through your organs. And it's not a cure for any illness, it's just good nutrition to maximise your health, so prevention rather than cure. and it's affordable at £1.25 a day for the fruit and veg, and an extra 67 pence with the berries, which would be our premium. It's free for children from 4 to 21. Actually, this has been increased to for up to 3 years, and it's delivered directly to your door. And literally the likes of myself and many other people around the country just are a distributor, and we take your details and order it online. It's delivered directly for you and the company collects the payment. And equally everyone can actually become a distributor if they're on the product and they love it and they feel as passionately about it as I do. And I know a lot of my kind of people that I've met through Juice Plus that have been taking it, everybody feels the same, that it's made such a difference to their family, someone living with chronic pain or some sort of illness or depression. And for me it wasn't a big dramatic change or an illness, but just with a very, very busy working life, that I just find it backed me up and supported me, and I kind of feel that I'm not going to, you know, really get sickness or trouble with anything like that. And then that takes me on to the other system of Juice Plus, which is the weight loss management, and that's a completely different system altogether. And it's shakes and it's like meal replacement. So it's not to be confused with the capsules, which are strictly for good nutrition and really to boost your energy in your skin and hair, and you know, obviously to deal with any wee niggly wee things that are kind of going on within your system and any wee health issues that you would have. So again, prevention rather than cure. It definitely can't do you any harm, but I would kind of recommend that everybody tries it at least once for the 4 months, see how they feel with it, and if they like it, like myself, you probably will remain on the product forever. And equally, if they don't like it, then it's up to people how they choose to invest their money. But I'm glad that I've invested in my family's kind of health and nutrition with it. So this is a completely different system, and I'm going to speak separately about that product, and if you want and you're interested in it, you can watch my next video. So thanks for listening anyway.